Good afternoon, students. Today we shall be looking at some multiple choice questions on the subject of chemistry. So sit back, get your writing materials. We shall be right back. Okay, let's take question 1. Which of the following is a characteristic of an endothermic reaction? Which of the following is a characteristic of an endothermic reaction? A, for endothermic reaction, heat is released to the surrounding. No, that's an exothermic reaction. B, the reaction vessel gets hot. No. C, the product have less energy than the reactant. Is the reverse. So D, heat is absorbed from the surrounding. Yes, the system becomes cool. So the correct answer is D. D. Question 2. The rate of a chemical reaction is generally affected. That is, the rate of a chemical reaction depends on A, the mass of the product. No, regardless of the product, the reaction can still be made faster or slower. The surface area of the reactant, the density of the reactant, then the temperature of the reactant. The correct answer is B, the surface area of the reactant. When the surface area is made larger, the reaction will be made faster. Question 3. What is the product of the reaction between zinc and hydrochloric acid? Zinc and hydrochloric, the metal zinc plus hydrochloric acid will give you zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Balance the equation. So this is the product. A, zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Zinc oxide and hydrogen gas. Zinc chloride and oxygen. Zinc hydroxide and hydrogen gas. The correct answer is A, zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Question 4. Which of the following is a strong acid? We said a strong acid is an acid that can dissociate so easily. A, acetic acid. No, this is a weak acid because it's an organic acid. Hydrochloric acid, carbonic acid, formic acid. The correct answer is hydrochloric acid, HCl, because it can easily dissociate, HCl. So hydrogen ion plus chloride ion. Question 5. The molar mass of oxygen is 16 grams per mole. How many grams of oxygen are there in 2 moles? From the instruction, from the question, we're given the molar mass. That is a mole of oxygen, meaning 1 mole of oxygen. 1 mole of oxygen gives 16 grams. Therefore, how many grams will 2 moles give? 2 moles will give X gram. Therefore, X is going to be 2 times 16, which is 32 grams. The options are A, 16, B, 32, C, 64, 48. The correct answer is B, 32 grams. Question 6. Which of the following is a characteristic of a catalyst? We said a catalyst is defined as any substance that can alter the rate of a chemical reaction. A, it is consumed in the reaction. No. It increases the activation energy of the reaction. No, it's rather slow down the activation energy. C, it remains unchanged after the reaction. D, it is present in small amount. C is the correct answer. A catalyst remains unchanged at the end of the reaction. Question 7. The type of bonding present in sodium chloride is, sodium is a metal, chloride is a non-metal. So A, covalent bonding, B, ionic bonding, C, metallic bonding, and D, hydrogen bonding. The correct answer is ionic bonding. Ionic or electrovalent bonding. Ionic or electrovalent bonding. Question 8. Which of the following compound will conduct electricity in aqueous solution? Aqueous solution is a solution that contains water, meaning a substance dissolved in water form an aqueous solution. A. Sugar. B. NaCl, which is sodium chloride. C. Ethanol. Then D. Methane. Methane. The correct answer is NaCl because it's an ionic substance. It's easily dissociate into sodium ion plus chloride ion. So it can easily dissociate to conduct electricity. Ions will flow. So the correct answer is B. Question 9. Which of the following gases is produced when a metal reacts with an acid? When a metal reacts with an acid, it's a characteristic of metal that when they react with an acid, just like we've seen above, oxygen will be produced, nitrogen will be released, hydrogen will be released, or carbon dioxide. The correct answer is C. Hydrogen gas will be released because HCl, for instance, reacting with zinc, just like we said above, will release the hydrogen here because hydrogen is contained in an acid. Oxygen is never contained. Carbon dioxide is never contained in that acid. Question 10. Which of the following is not an allotrope of carbon? Allotrope of carbon. A. Diamond, graphite, amorphous carbon, and methane. Methane is a gas. All three are they are allotropes of carbon. So the correct answer is D. The correct answer is D. So please remember to subscribe to this channel. Go down to the comment section below and comment on the section. Question 11. What is the effect of increasing the concentration of a reactant in a chemical reaction? That is the effect of concentration. If we increase the concentration, how does it affect the entire system? The reaction becomes slower. The reaction becomes faster, which is B. The equilibrium position shifts to the left. The activation energy increases. The correct answer is B. The reaction becomes faster. Increment in the concentration increases the rate of a chemical reaction. Question 12. Which of the following is a non-metal that is a good conductor of electricity? It's a non-metal, but at the same time it can conduct electricity. A. Carbon, that is the allotrope is graphite, in form of graphite. Sulfur, oxygen, chlorine. All three are sulfur, oxygen, and chlorine. They are non-metal. At the same time, they don't conduct electricity. But C conducts electricity because of the graphite nature, because it is a carbon is taken as a semi-metal, that is metalloid. It is between metal and non-metal. Question 13. The atomic number of an element is 12. Which of the following is the correct electronic configuration of the element? Atomic number determines the electronic configuration. So electronic configuration of an element that is 12 will be arranged in such a way: 2, 8, and 2. That is, the first shell contains 2, the second shell contains, that's K, L, M, N. A, 2, 8, 2, 2 and 6, 2, 4, 2, 2 and 10. The correct answer is A, 2, 8, 2, 2, 8, 2. Question 14. What happens when sodium is added to water? Sodium is a metal that reacts with water. It's very, very effective, very, very reactive with water. A, sodium dissolves with no reaction. Correct? The answer is wrong. B, sodium floats and reacts vigorously, producing hydrogen gas. Sodium burns with a blue flame in water. No. Sodium form a solution of sodium hydroxide. No, the correct answer is B. Sodium float, we call it a DATS, with a vigorous reaction producing a hydrogen gas. It DATS on water, it floats on water because it's so very reactive. Sodium is very, very reactive with water, producing hydrogen. Question 15. Which of the following is a property of alkali metal? Alkali metals are group 1 metal, group 1 elements. So which of them is a property of group 1 element? A, they are good conductor of heat and electricity. B, they are not reactive. C, they do not react with water. They are poor conductor of heat. All this except A is the correct answer. They are good conductor of heat and electricity. They are good conductor. Example is sodium and potassium, alkali metal. 16. What is the number of atoms in 1 mole of an element? The number of atoms, that is the elementary particles of an atom present in 1 mole of an element. The correct answer is 6.022 times 10 raised to the power 23. 1.00 times 10 raised to the power 23. 3.01 times 10 raised. The correct answer is A, 6.02 times. We call it Avogadro's constant. This is the number of elementary particles present in 1 mole of a substance, be it ion, atom, and molecule. Question 17. Which of the following is the best description of an ideal gas? That is, which of these definitions describe what an ideal gas is? An ideal gas is a gas that obeys the ideal gas law at low pressure and high pressure, meaning they obey the gas law, which are Charles' law, Boyle's law, the Lussat laws, and so on and so forth. They obey this. B, a gas that behaves like a liquid, a gas that does not obey the ideal gas law. D, a gas that is non-compressible. The correct answer is A gas that obeys all the gas laws is an ideal gas. Question 18. The reaction between sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid produces an acid and base react together to produce salt and water, which is a neutralization reaction, right? So which of them clearly define the reaction between acid and base? Sodium chloride and water, sodium hydroxide and hydrogen chloride, sodium chloride and oxygen, sodium oxide and water. The correct answer is sodium chloride and water. As we can see in the reaction below, that sodium hydroxide plus HCl will react to give you sodium combined with this sodium chloride plus water, which is called neutralization reaction. Neutralization. Question 19. Which of the following statement about acid is correct? What defines an acid? All acids have a pH less than 7. We know pH scale ranges between 0 and 14. So between 0 and 7, all acids with that pH are called acid. B, acid turns red litmus paper blue. Acid contain OH ions. Acid do not conduct electricity. All these are wrong except A. All acids have a pH less than 7. The pH of an acid is always less than 7 on the scale, on the pH scale. So the correct answer is A. Question 20. Which of the following is an example of an exothermic reaction? We define exothermic reaction as a reaction that heat is given off to the surrounding. A, photosynthesis. We don't feel it. You don't feel warm. The environment don't feel warm when photosynthesis occurs. Melting of an ice. Combustion of methane. Then evaporation of water. Combustion of burning. Heat is released to the environment. So the correct answer is C. Combustion of methane. 21. Which of the following is the correct formula for sulfuric acid? Sulfuric acid is also known as tetraozosulfate 6 acid. So let's look at this. H2SO3, H2SO4, HSO3, H4SO4. The correct answer is B. Tetra, that is 40, 4 oxygen, ozosulfate 6 acid. Tetraozosulfate 6 acid. Correct answer is B. Question 22. Which of the following is a characteristic of a covalent bond? How is covalent bond defined? The electrons are shared between two atoms. The electrons are transferred from one atom to another. This is a characteristic of ionic bonding. C. It occurs between metal and non-metal. D. It's a type of metallic bonding. All the three below are wrong except A. The electrons are shared between atoms. In fact, they share the same number of electrons between the atoms. That defines the covalent bond. Question 22. What happens when a metal reacts with oxygen? When a metal reacts with an oxygen, the metal forms a salt, the metal forms an oxide, the metal forms hydroxide, the metal forms hydrogen gas, metal forms an oxide of metal. For instance, zinc. Zinc can react with oxygen to give you zinc oxide. Zinc oxide. All right. Question 24. Which of the following is a noble gas? A noble gas is a gas that has completely filled outermost shell. They are otherwise known as stable gas because they have the stable electronic configuration. They don't react. Which of the following defines a noble gas? Oxygen? No. Oxygen has partially filled outermost shell. Nitrogen? No. Neon? Neon. Then hydrogen. Neon is the correct answer. Neon is 10. Electronic configuration of 10. So this is 2, 8, 2, KL. So it has completely filled outermost shell. The first shell is K, which is 2, while the outermost shell is completely filled, which is 8. So they don't react. They are called noble gas. So the only gas that fills into that is neon. Neon. Question 25. The pH of a neutral solution is, when we say a neutral solution is neither acid nor base. So if you look at the pH scale between 0 and 14, 7 is the mid value. So it's neutral. Example of substance that has this neutral value is water. It's neither an acid or base. So the pH of a neutral solution is 7. 7. 7. Question 26. Which of the following is a characteristic of a base? If base will turn litmus paper red, no, that's an acid. Only acid can turn litmus paper red. It reacts with acid to form salt. It produces hydrogen ion in water. It's a good conductor of electricity in solution. The correct answer is a base reacts with an acid to form salt. Salt and water. So question 27. What is the name of the process in which a gas turns directly into solid? In a situation where we have substance, solid, we know melting, solid will change directly from solid to liquid, then finally to gas. But in this case, you see, gas will be converted directly instead of passing through this state to solid. We call that process sublimation. Sublimation. An example of substance that does that is ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride or iodine. Even camphor. You can see many of us use camphor in our wardrobe. We place some camphor and the thing disappears. You don't know where it goes. That is sublimation. The correct answer is sublimation and not condensation, not deposition, not evaporation. Sorry for that error. So the correct answer is sublimation. Sublimation. Question 28. What is the color of chlorine gas at room temperature? Chlorine has its characteristic color. A, greenish yellow. B, red. Blue, that is C. And colorless. The correct answer is A. Chlorine is always greenish yellow in color. Greenish yellow, that's chlorine for you. Question 29. Which of the following is the correct formula of calcium carbonate? Calcium carbonate, you know, calcium is made up of calcium metal or calcium ion and carbonate ion, CO3 2-. So by the time they exchange, their valency becomes calcium CO3. So CaCO3, Ca2 CO3, CaO3, Ca2O3. The correct answer is A. CaCO3. CaCO3. What is the effect of increasing the temperature on the rate of a chemical reaction? We said temperature is a factor that affects the rate of chemical reaction. What is the effect of increasing or reducing the temperature? A. The reaction slows down. That's if you increase the rate of temperature. The rate of reaction remains the same. The rate of reaction increases. The rate of reaction decreases. The correct answer is A, is C. The rate of reaction increases. If you increase your temperature, you expect your reaction to be made faster. So the correct answer is C. Question 31. Which of the following gases is commonly used in the production of soda water? The gas used for the production of soda water is A, oxygen. B, nitrogen. C, carbon dioxide. And D, hydrogen. The correct answer is C, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is used to produce soda water. Question 32. Which of the following ions is present in acidic solution? A, hydroxyl ion, that is OH minus. H3 plus or hydrozonium ion, sodium ion, and chloride ion. The correct answer is B, hydrozonium ion, H3 plus, H3O plus, H30 plus, that is H30 plus. Question 33. Which of the following is the main product of the reaction between an alcohol and carboxylic acid? In organic chemistry, we define the reaction between an alcohol and carboxylic acid as A, alkene. B, ester. C, aldehyde. And D, ketone. The correct answer is ester. We call that process esterification, where acid react, carboxylic acid, organic acid, react with alcohol to produce a sweet-smelling compound called ester. Ester. So the correct answer is B. Question 34. 34 says, what is the pH of an alkaline solution? An alkaline solution, like we said in our pH scale, we have the alkaline solution to be greater than 7, while the acidic solution to be less than 7. So A, for an alkaline solution, it is less than 7? No, because we say acid is less than 7. Is 7? No, it is neutral. 7 is neutral because it can be, example is water. More than 7, equal to 14. The correct answer is always greater than 7, from 8, 9, 10 to 14. Question 35. The molecular mass of methane is, we can easily calculate to verify. Methane is CH4. CH4. So what's the molecular mass? Carbon is 12 plus hydrogen. Hydrogen is what? 1. And how many hydrogen do we have here? 4 times 4, which is 12 plus 4. The correct answer is 16. So A, 16 gram per mole, B, 18 gram per mole, 32 gram per mole, 14 gram per mole. The correct answer is A, 16 gram per mole. 16 gram per mole. Question 36. Which of the following statements about metal is true? Which of these following characteristics define a metal? Metals are good insulator of heat. No, they are not insulators, but rather they are conductors. B, metal have low melting point. No, metal rather have high boiling points. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. The metals are non-ductile. Ductility means ability to be drawn, for water to be drawn into wire. So if you say they are non-ductile, is wrong of characteristics of metal. So the correct answer is C. Metals are always good conductors of heat and electricity. Question 37. Which of the following is a property of an ideal gas? That is, which of these define an ideal gas? The gas particles have no volume. The gas particles attract each other. The gas particles collide elastically. The gas particles have definite shape. The correct answer is they collide. The particles collide. They rebound itself. The correct answer is C. Question 38. What is the general name for a substance that can conduct electricity in solution? If a substance can be able to conduct electricity in solution, it is called A, electrolyte, solvent, solute, catalyst. The correct answer is electrolyte. Electrolyte is a substance that can dissociate in water into ions, thereby conducting electricity when the current is passed through it. Correct answer is A. Question 39. Which of the following is a characteristic of a saturated hydrocarbon? We said define a saturated hydrocarbon as a carbon-carbon single bond element. That is, only one bond is there in the compound. A, it contains only single bond. Already said it. It contains double bond. It contains triple bond. It is highly reactive. The correct answer is A. It's a single bond element. So for instance, you have this carbon-carbon single bond. This is an example of ethane. Ethane is C2H6. So you can see single bond. Carbon in between carbon and carbon is single bond. So we'll take the last question, which is question 40. The process by which an acid neutralizes a base is called, when an acid reacts with a base, they form a neutralization where water and salt is the main product. A, combustion. B, decomposition. C, neutralization. And D, oxidation. The correct answer is neutralization. So with this, we come to the end of today's class. Please subscribe and drop your comment in the comment section below. Thank you.
Hi, if you have not subscribed to this channel, you can do so in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And don't forget to hit